Cheap Shot.
Hello and welcome to another Cheap Shot Entertainment System Game of the Week. And we're going for another PS2 classic, a game that took up so much of my time when I was younger, and this is SSX Tricky, a game that will live in my heart forever, and it's still as good as it ever was. So as you can see, you can go for practice, you can go for a single event, or you can go for a world circuit. We're going to go for a single event for this one. I'm going to take you through the characters. Eddie, I've played the game through with before, and obviously on this new playthrough I've played a fair bit with Eddie, and that's why his stats are so good. And one of those games back in the PS2 era where you could play a character and build them up to be better than they started. You've got Elise, who is a newbie, but she's got a different style of boarding, which is border cross, whereas Eddie, you would see, is freestyle. And of course, Elise, being who she is also friends with Eddie, and the very unique a very, very unique set of circumstances where all the characters have different border styles, as already mentioned, but they also form friendship as well, which is really cool. You've got neutrals, you've got friends, you've got enemies. Marisol is Alpine, you get another different style of board. Very fast. Freestyle, again, here will have different stats because she's obviously lighter and a bit more agile than Eddie. And then we move on to Luther, who is heavy again, border cross, is very good in straight line, doesn't have much edging. JP, again, very light, but freestyle again. And we go to Zoe, who again, friend Eddie, please, and they more border cross. But you can go through the whole game. Moby is the English contingent. You can go through the whole game with each of these characters and max out their stats. Marty again is freestyle, very, very good as well, and they all have different moves as well. Gary again, very light on the feet, freestyle, and he can put together some really, really good moves, and that all comes to fruition with the different boards that you can unlock as well. Simon's just a psycho. It's TSY. Brody, again, Alpine, very fast in a straight line. You can always get the idea of who all these characters are. They're very different characters. They've got very different stats to play with as well. Some will be better at racing, others will be better at doing the quick. And obviously with PS2 games, you can pick out different boards, you can unlock boards, you can unlock outfits with this by selling a trick book, something that I never did. You can unlock loads and loads of stuff. Every time you do something, every time you get to a certain point, you get extra stats put on. So you've got different outfit. They don't do anything, just make it cool. And then you've got different boards as well, of which even though each character has a certain style, you can unlock the X boards and Alpine boards as well. So they can ride all different ways, just that obviously a board that's set up for the actual style of character is better for pulling off tricks or whatever you want to do. So you've got race, you've got show off, and you've got freestyle basically. There's about 9 different levels. I'm just going to go straight on to Garibaldi, which is the first level. It's a good introduction actually to the whole setup of SSX Tricky because it has the right amount of jump, the right amount of speed. You've got shortcuts that you can hit as well. And as you can see, my ranking is veteran. You know, not a newbie anymore. I'm a veteran. So that will go up
to the SSX World
play
Circuit.
the game.
Garibaldi Run is located in beautiful British Columbia, Canada. This seemingly obvious, wide-open and fast first course also hides some of the best hidden treats of the SSX circuit. If you venture off the main path, be prepared to be challenged.
And you also get full voiceover as well for each kind of fly through for each stage, which again you unlock by getting past certain points. You've got Brody in the blocks here as well as Luther, and
hey,
they all
Luther,
come
you're
with
so
some
fat the back of your neck looks like a pack of hot dogs.
Shut your cake hole!
And like I say, each character is very different. Got no enemies, which is good, but you can create enemies by knocking them off their board. And you've got two friends in there, neutral. As you can see, Eddie did take the Mickey out of Luther, so there's always a chance that he's going to come and knock us off our board. But yeah, we're just going to go straight into this. And the first thing you'll notice is how cool the graphics are. Go straight into a cliffhanger here. So the idea is that you pull off different moves with the analog stick and the shoulder button. I'm not doing too well here at doing this. Bear in mind I haven't played this game for a very long time. I still enjoy this game very. So you have to try and hit things, the ramps, and that helps, but obviously if you don't quite pull off the jump, it will drop you on your head. You also can go on shortcuts like we have now. Crucial part of the process of playing this tricky, but you do pick which one to go for because it can come back to point luck if you don't pick the right shortcut or get back on the track quick enough to be able to affect your position. Unique to SSX and SSX Tricky is the ability to do spins with the analog stick, especially at this point in time, because you didn't even do that with Tony Hawk. So the cartoon style as well was very different to Tony Hawk Pro Skate game. This was pure downhill, and it incorporated bricks and things in between. And the reason this is called SSX Tricky will become very apparent very soon, but obviously I'm not doing a very good job of showing you how to play this game. We usually take a couple of playthroughs to get you. You can get Trick Boost, that usually gives you a bit more of a spin or something like that. Use those to your advantage. Again, didn't use it there. Choose your ramps wisely as well because they will help you out as well. So again, like I say, the board doesn't allow me to spin as much or create many tricks. So you have to be really savvy with what you're doing. The idea is to fill up your trick boost. And oh, there we go again. The idea is to fill up your trick boost and not trap, which is ideal, really. And you can see the little exclamation mark there. That means he's building up a bit of a hatred. So yeah, not quite the exciting race that I was expecting to give you as part of this playthrough. Well, there you go, look, double back flip, and I got a big air bonus. You press X, you press X to jump, but you have to really time that well. because otherwise it just doesn't work. So like I say, the idea is you fill up your quick boost. The best way to do that is spin as much as you can and tweak your move. So you can do that with the shoulder buttons, L1, L2, R1, R2, and that will give you different moves depending on which one is. So that, in short, is the race side of this game. There's also a
If there's
second
5
side.
great borders in the world, I'm 3 of them.
Bravo, second place, and in record time.
And the little.
You're showing good style.
So we're going to go and play a quick competition now.
Welcome
Here we
to
go.
SSX
Back onto the main screen
I hope
by the
you're
power
ready.
of editing. So even the music in this game is really cool. The voiceover guy is actually a guy called Razel.
Pick your poison.
We're going to go into a single event. We're going to go for a quick competition.
Select character.
We're going to go with Eddie
You're not really picking
still,
me, are you?
and then I'll tell you about
Just kidding.
Razel. So Razel is
Set up
a
character.
beatbox rapper,
Customize.
and he's
Customize
absolutely
board.
awesome. You'll hear him do all these different
Needs the right
sounds or
Set
different
up
voices as you
character.
go through, and he does the voiceover whole game. And it got interested
Select
in what else he did. So
Select
at this
venue.
point, I actually
You've got to stay
did
claim
go out and
some.
buy his album, and it's actually really blinking good, because this guy can beatbox for, you know, beat for any, really good. To the point where he can make Transformers noises and sing at the same time,
The
which
sparkling
is
gem and first stop in the
absolutely not.
SSX World Circuit. Garibaldi is a
Not
dramatic road,
this
though many
particular guy,
spectators
I
and
don't think.
riders alike complain that
I
it
think
is
this
all
is a
over
different
too
voiceover guy, but
due
the
in no
guy
small part to the angle of
behind
descent and profound elevation
the
that the course offers.
behind the commentary is Razel. Now, quick competition, very slightly different. Obviously, you're on the slope on your own. You can play this with local 2 player, get that, you know, no online. Although you could go on. But you've also got multiplayer. So the yellow is 2. The yellow is 2, the orange is 3, and the red is 5. So that's always cool. And what they add into quick, or the quick or the show off, is binding poles. So you can use your boost, which is something that I obviously hadn't worked out at this point in time, because I've completely forgotten how to play it. I believe that is on the triangle button, the boost. So you can boost off of all these, pick up the extra bonuses. The bigger the tricks you do, the more bonus you get. Like that, look, 5 times multiplier, didn't do anything with it. This will be ultimately better run than what we did on the race. It just seemed doing a bit better. I always did these tricks. Like I said, the idea is fill up the tricky meter. So you fill up the boost, which you can use to go faster on, you know, right all the way down the hill. But that uses your boost. You see that on the right side of the screen. And that means that you've got to do more tricks to fill up your tricky. Every time you get tricky, if you hit a tricky move, one of your letters does. If you fill them all up, you get unlimited boost. And it's a, you know, it's a reward for playing well. Which games don't tend to do very much anymore, which is really sad. Because the reward for playing well far outweighs the fact that you pay for stuff. I'm also very aware, if you've been watching the series, that I'm playing a lot of EA games, and this is no different. This is an EA Sports big patch. They don't do these things. Every time they did a big patch, it was good. And every time you did it, every time you hit that, like I said, didn't hit. Every time you filled up your boost meter, you got it 55 run DMC. How cool is that? You know, it's called Tricky, why not? Song in there, probably going to use Tricky by Run DMC. Absolutely amazing. And I think this was the first time I had finished Simple as well. Okay. Just doing a simple grind, I got full boost and a trick. Yeah, you really have to pick the right one here to make sure you can hit move. So when you're coming to upgrading your character, I definitely put quick height, jump, and the ability to go faster on the trick is always really good bonus. Because you kind of have to do that so you can hit the move a lot easier and make sense. So, like I said, of course we got a first, the only one there. But I think that's down to the points that I scored. So that is good. I mean, I love SSX Tricky. I love SSX. I didn't get on with SSX 3 for some reason on the PS3. Just did not sit right. I love the cartoony style of the PS2. It fits in perfectly with what it's trying to do here, the over the top moves, the style of Skater, and everything else that goes along with it. And as you can tell, this again, like I said earlier, formed a huge part of the style. And it was one of the first games I ever played on PS2, the original SSX. It was a demo that came with the big PlayStation, the original PlayStation, back in the year 2000, before everything went to pot, of course. But it is a great game. If you've got a PlayStation 2, I seriously suggest you play it because it is absolutely fantastic. The only thing you've got to do these days, obviously, 23 years since the original PlayStation came out, thusly it's been 21 years since this game came out. So you definitely have to make sure you've got a working controller because you need all of it. It's programmed perfectly, and it's just great. Anyway, that has been this week's Game of the Week. We're on episode number 9. I hope you're enjoying this run through of all these different various games that I seem to have on my shelf or can download and have access to. If you are, make sure you leave us a subscribe and a message telling us if you've played the game. What do you think of the game? Do you have good memories of SSX Tricky? And most importantly, keep playing those games and watch out for those thumbs because we're coming back next week with another game of the week. See you there. Goodbye.
Hiya!